here in a sec. Hey. All right. A little theatrical, I know. Let's talk about fitness, right? It's fun. A lot of people on the internet do it. Why? Why do anything like that? I've done it a lot. Not the best shape I've ever been, but I keep at it. You know what's cool about fitness? It actually trains your brain how to be more resilient. That is the coolest part about fitness. I can't think of a better thing about it. See, here's the thing. I was young. I started training. And I wanted to be a superhero, or whatever that is, right? And when I started, I had some superhero mentors that taught me how to push myself. Not just physically, but mentally. It was one of the most valuable things I could have ever learned. And here's why. When you have to go through all the obstacles of life and you have to deal with unforeseen obstacles, you have to problem solve and even have just random acts of disasters happen to you. Could be a literal disaster like a tornado or whatever, but just like something you didn't foresee. The most important part is keeping a level-headed mind and being able to think clearly and rationally in those moments. Now, those are for extremes, but in your day-to-day, you have to know how to be able to emotionally weather any storms. This is extremely important, whether it's dealing with working, with business, with having a relationship with whoever, and you get in an argument. You need to be able to have the mental fortitude to both endure your emotions and to be able to control your emotions. And one of the best ways I have ever found to be able to do this is through fitness. When you are running 5 miles and you have to beat your previous time for running 5 miles, let's say you're going for a 6-minute mile or whatever, you have to get that 30 minutes. That's a challenge, right? And if you give up for just 20 seconds, you might miss the mark. But you have to learn to be able to tell yourself internally, I will not stop. I will not quit. You have to repeat a mantra over and over and over again. And not only that, you have to start creating an image of who you are in your mind while you're doing that thing. You have to think of yourself in these cartoonish terms as being some type of superhero or ninja or whatever. And while you're doing that, you'll have the fortitude to keep pressing. And you have to make it about bigger goals. So if you're struggling to stick to whatever it is you're doing, or you're having a hard time being able to make progress on anything because you keep giving up, or you don't have the discipline to set aside the time to stick to it, if you can find some type of fitness activity or a sport, it can teach you those skills. It's phenomenal. It is. I mean, if I had children, it would be a requirement for them to go in to sports to learn these things, especially endurance sports or anything that is emotionally difficult, not just team sports. And in doing these things, I was able, when money was tight, bills were due, people were counting on me, tens of thousands of dollars had to appear out of thin air in a matter of 1 or 2 days. I had to figure it out, and I had to be able to go and make the right decisions and have a little bit of time to just sit and think, not avoid it, not run away, not come up with excuses. And the way I did that was by using those same practices from fitness and training to master my mind. This is just one technique. I think if you were to apply it in your life, massive benefits. And you should consider it. The number one I like for this particular skill is running. Running is a test of your soul. And the more you run, the further you run, harder that can be. I've ran over 20 miles, you know. Never done a marathon, actually. I think I came like 2 miles short, but I wasn't training for a marathon. And it is grueling, and you will the whole time, your subconscious mind will come up with excuses why to stop, why not to do it, and it'll start to sound pretty good. You have to tell it it's not in charge. You're in charge, and you can end up winning. You can go so much further than you think you can. There's been times I've done things physically I thought were impossible, but it was simply my ability to tell myself I was going to do it no matter what. And in the moments I thought my body was going to give out, I told it it would not be allowed to stop. And not only would it not be allowed to stop, I was going to perform better than I could when I was rested. And I did. Think about this a little bit. It can help in so many things. If it's something you're interested in, I highly encourage it, and I think it'll help you a lot. Have a good one. Thanks.